Let's talk. Okay, so today I want to talk about starving yourself versus healthy eating and exercising. I want to kind of touch on the effects that starving yourself can have versus eating healthy. I guess my experience with starving yourself, I mean, I didn't have like a huge problem with it. I just would skip meals. I went through this phase, I think in 10th grade, where I would, every day I would skip a meal, skip a couple meals maybe, and then I would usually binge the next day or whatever it was. So I've had experience with this, and I realize now that I am, I'm eating right, eating more, eating healthy. I started to gain weight a lot, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but when you starve yourself, your body goes into a starvation mode, which it's going to hold on to any food that you put in it. So if you skip meals like I do, and you're really hungry, you're like, oh, I'm so hungry, I need food. So if you eat something, then it's going to hold on to that food and store it as fat. And also, too, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notebook that I actually have researched all this stuff. I'm not just pulling these thoughts out of my brain. I really did research this, and I wrote everything down on my notebook. And I also want to tell y'all that I'm not, in no way am I an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I want to share my experience, and I also want to share some facts that I found and have been looking up. So I hope this video is not going to be boring, because I'm kind of thinking that it might be, because it's just a bunch of facts. But I'll try not to make it boring. But anyways, so the thing that I found out too is that 925 million people to this day suffer with starvation, and that's including like people that don't have food, like in general they can't afford it or can't find it scarce, but that also includes people that starve themselves. So I just kind of think that that's crazy, that I'm trying to find my words. So let's talk, I guess I'll talk about these symptoms and effects that starving yourself can have. So when you starve yourself, your body goes into starvation mode. I'm going to get comfortable here. Starvation mode, which everybody knows, but when you starve yourself for extended periods of time, your body starts to eat itself. It starts to eat its muscle and the tissue that's inside. And I don't know, I just think that's kind of like a nasty thought. Isn't that just like, it's like a nasty thought that I picture in my brain, like your body eating itself. That is called catabolysis. I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I did not pronounce that right. But that is basically, again, what I just said. It's when your body starts to eat itself because of lack of nutrients. So basically when it starts to do that, you experience, you can get weak, you experience vitamin deficiency, you get tired, depression. So that leads to a lot of different other problems as well. There's another thing that also leads to this. It's called anemia, I think. Sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these wrong. Please forgive me. But basically, that's a decretion in your red blood cells and a lack of hemoglobin in your blood. Hemoglobin is iron. It contains iron. It also is the thing that carries the oxygen from your lungs to your organs. So if you have a lack in hemoglobin, then you're going to get a lack in oxygen to the rest of your body, which is horrible. That can lead to weakness, fatigue, lack of concentration, shortness of breath, bunch of different things. So that's basically how that works. And then you can also get something when you have a lack of vitamin B3, which is when you don't get enough nutrients. You can experience aggression, hair loss, weakness, nerve damage. And there's also another thing that's called scurvy, which is a deficiency in vitamin C. You can get spots on your skin. You can get like spongy gums, ooh, that just sounds gross. Paleness, depression, and so many other things. Starvation leads to so many different symptoms. It's insane. These are just a few of them. This is not even close to how much things that can happen to you. So basically, the thing that I have with it was, when you're hungry, it's like I'm kind of picturing the the Snickers commercial or whatever. When you're hungry, you're not yourself, and basically that is true. When I'm hungry and when I'm seriously I feel so hungry, I get so tired. I get really mad. I get hot. I get really, really tired. And as people, if you are an active person, you go to work or school or whatever you do, that is not the right way that you need to treat your body. If you treat your body good, your body will give you so much more in return. So when you starve yourself, honestly, I have problems with, you're going to have problems with gaining a lot of weight as well, because your body holds on to, when it's in starvation mode, it'll hold on to any food or any kind of nutrients that you put in it, because it's like, I need food, I need this, I need that, I really need this, so I'm going to hold on to it, and I'm going to store it as fat, because I don't want to be starved again. I don't want to be deprived of that nutrients. So basically, if you're if you were like me, I was the kind of person that would skip meals and then eat one meal a day. So what your body's going to do is it's going to hold on to that one meal a day, and it's not going to pass it. It's not going to let it digest. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to hold it as fat. So people that starve themselves and then try to get back into eating or eat every once in a while, your weight's gonna fluctuate so much, and then it's gonna hard to maintain a good weight, and you're gonna gain weight, and then you're gonna lose weight drastically, and then you're gonna gain weight. That is very devastating to your body. Very devastating to feed it a little bit and then rip it of its nutrients. So it's not a good thing for your body to do that. And honestly, in my own opinion, people that starve themselves, they don't look that good. They don't. People that eat right, exercise, eat healthy, get the nutrients that their body needs, get the power their body needs, the energy. It gives their hair looks shiny, their skin looks glowing, their teeth look really good, their eyes, just everything. You can see a total difference. But in comparison, the person that eats a healthy meal is going to look better than the person that doesn't. I think it's really, really ironic how people starve themselves to look good. In reality, that's not your outcome. That's not the outcome of starvation. All you're going to do is going to be thin. That's all that you get, the outcome of starvation. There's so many, I don't think that being skinny outweighs all of the other things that happen, because you start to lose your hair, you start to grow hair in weird places, you get spots, you feel weak, tired, you don't have any energy, your skin gets really dry and flaky, you get weak, brittle bones, constipation, diarrhea, all this stuff, and you just feel sick all the time. To whereas when you eat healthy, when you eat nutrients, when you have nutrients in your skin and your body, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to feel healthier, feel much more energetic. And honestly, I'd rather look like a person that eats and look healthy and glowing than a person that doesn't. Get help. Educate yourself on the effects, you know, because you don't want to do that to yourself. It's very harmful. It's not a good thing. It's very, very bad for you. You can, you know, I was actually just watching a documentary on people that starve themselves, and they're in the hospital, and they have to be fed through a feeding tube, and they are in the hospital for Christmas, Thanksgiving, their birthday, everything. And it's just, I don't want to do that. That just doesn't sound good to me. I want to live my life in a positive way, feed my body right, so I can actually have energy to do the things that I want. And you feel so much better too, like when you eat right and you exercise. Like, I don't know, and I'm not perfect either, because I still do have those moments, actually all the time, pretty much every day, where I'm like, I'm not going to eat this meal, I'm not going to eat this meal. Or I have those moments, I don't know if you guys have ever had these kind of moments, but I've had moments where I'm just like, I have ice cream, and I'm just like, okay, so I had this ice cream, so I'm not going to eat the next meal. That's where pretty much my mindset is. But then I realized, I'm just like, no, you're going to, you know, since I ate that ice cream or that dessert or whatever, I'm going to eat really healthy the next meal, but I'm going to eat. So get in that kind of mindset, exercise, and swap out, like, okay, sorry about that. But my camera just stopped recording. But I really do want to stress to you that eating makes you feel so much better. Eating healthy makes you feel so much better than starving yourself. And I'd rather look healthy than look sick. So, and I'm not trying to bash anybody. I really am not. I really hope you'll seek help if you do have those kind of problems. And I would be privileged and honored if you have any questions to ask me or whatever. But again, I love you guys, and I want you to love yourself. So if you have problems like that, I am a little bit experienced on those kind of things because I've been through it myself. So please ask me. Don't hesitate to ask or whatever. Just seek help if you really find yourself in a rut, because that kind of mindset is really hard to get out of. I know I still have those problems. So I hope you guys have a really good day. I hope that this video wasn't too boring and it helped maybe a little bit. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice night.